What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a look at some rather lovely news that's come around for the One Piece TCG. Starting off with something most of us can't have, but is very much worth getting a little bit excited about. I'm, of course, talking about the Judge Playmat, which is being given out at the One Piece Finals. This was shared by the lovely folks from Organised Play Events. This was given to the judges over in Liverpool. And I've had a few questions about this. No, I wasn't at the One Piece Finals in Liverpool. Yes, I am gutted I was not at the One Piece Finals in Liverpool. It's not a very exciting reason, but basically the last couple of months have been absolutely brutal travel-wise and work-wise, and I just couldn't make it work in the schedule. I'm very sorry. I did get a bunch of messages from people asking me if I was going to be there, when I was going to be there, and all of that. I'm very sorry to say that I just couldn't make it work this time, and I'm sorry, but I hope to be there again. And also, I missed out on the staff mat. I don't know if they wanted me to cast. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe. I like casting. Point is, I wasn't there. Ben and Taj did a great job when I tuned in. They were there and they were doing an awesome job and it was lovely. And they got this staff mat. I'm assuming they got the staff mat. It's brilliant, all right? It's featuring all of the Germa family and, the Germa 66. And it's just, yeah. Vinsmoke family, Germa 66, you know what I mean. And what we've got here are, of course, a bunch of artworks that we saw coming around in OP06. So, if we try and get all of these correct, I think we can do a pretty good job. We've got the 5-cost Vinsmoke Niji. We've got the 4-cost Vinsmoke Yonji. We've got ourselves the alternate art of the 4-cost Vinsmoke Reiju. Very important because there are, of course, 2 different versions of that. And then we've got the alternate art of the 7-cost Ichiji. Couple of things to note there. Both of them, all of them, are the more expensive version of the card. Because remember, all of those Vinsmoke family, they all have 2 different versions. So if we take Ichiji as an example, you've got a Don -1 skill to trash the character and then play the 7-cost. And then if we have a look at, for instance, Niji, we got a 3-cost that lets you Don -1 trash the character to play the 5-cost and so on and so forth. It was one of the things in OP06. So there's a bit of a pattern here. They've used the more expensive one and they have used the alternate art where appropriate. Ichiji, we see the alternate art. And Reiju, we see the alternate art. But we don't for Yonji or Niji because there is no alternate art. What about Vinsmoke Judge? Yep, it is the alternate art here. So, and there is only the one Vinsmoke Judge in OP06 if I remember correctly. So I kind of like that. It makes sense. They've used the most expensive version. And if there's an old art, they've used the old art. And I think that's wonderful because it's nice and clear and lovely and it makes sense. I don't like it like we've seen in the past where they use some alternate art but some regular art. It gets confusing and I don't like it. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, because we're good. Yay! Something else which we need to have a little bit of a chat about here is the rather lovely promotion set, Best Volume 3. Now, I did show you this previously. Just to be clear, I showed you this previously. But the problem is, when I showed this to you previously, I showed you really rather terrible pictures of the promos. And the reason I showed you really rather terrible pictures of the promos is very, very simple. It's the best I had. We didn't have a good look at them, but it's all we had. So I did that thing I do where I went, look, here are the cards. It's the best I can do because we've not got better looks at them. Well, now we do have better looks at them, so we can go and have a little bit of a look at them. So the real highlights here are, for instance, the Ryuma from, well, the promo 72. And here you can really get a good look at the Ichiro Oda artwork, because it is proper Oda artwork from Monsters. which is like a one-shot thing Oda did. And you'll notice it's the same as the promo. The promo, remember, came with... There was like a DVD book set over in Japan, which also came with this promo, which is really cool. And you'll notice that the basic artwork is the same, but the colouring and all of that's different, and I just think it's lovely and wonderful, and I love that they've done this. I'm a huge fan. We've also got the Sabo, the Luffy, and the Ace that were, well, they were kind of magazine promos over in Japan, but they were mail-away magazine promos. So you didn't just buy the magazine and get the promo, you had to essentially buy the magazine and then fill in your details and mail it away with like 650 yen, like $4-ish. And then wait, and then they would give you one set of the promos. So being able to just pick them up here is genuinely a brilliant thing, and it's a big win, frankly. And honestly, like the Sabo, I showed you a winning list with a Sabo the other day. The Sabo's legit, because you've got an activate main once per turn, add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand, and then this character gains 1,000 power, and it's got counter plus 2k. And we talked about this the other day with a winning Sabo list. It was the starter deck Sabo. And I told you this is like a legit card. And I told you that this could actually end up being a problem because the deck doesn't... Okay, the deck works without Sabo. Obviously, you can play it without the promo Sabo, but it's nowhere near as good. Like the fact that you're adding the life to your hand, the fact that you're getting the power bump, the fact that you're getting the counter plus 2k, all of this adds up really nicely. And it's a great card in that list. I'll link the video in the description. Go check it out. Point is, having this made available is honestly a very big deal. We've then got the Luffy, which has got on play, give a rested Don to your leader or one of your characters. And when attacking, if you've got an 8 cost or higher cost character on the field, then draw a card and trash a card from your hand. Cool. Again, we're not talking about a stunning card here, but you can see how that could be a useful card. And then we got the Porcus the Ace coming in here, which has got an activate main, put this character back to your hand, and then look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reorder them in any way you like, and put them back at the top or bottom of your deck. Which, again, really good. You know, I'm not saying it's definitely going to see play in there, but I am telling you that in the OP09 format, Doflamingo, like OP01 Doflamingo, legit right now. We haven't had big tournaments, got to wait for some of them. But right now, Doflamingo is trending as one of the top decks in the OP09 meta. And we've got a bunch of cards that can rearrange the top cards of your deck. Remember, of course, that the skill on the Doflamingo lets you look at the top card of your deck, and if there's 7 Warlords of the Sea of a cost of 4 or less, you play it. Now, it's Don X2 pay 1, but that's 3 Don rather than 4, and 2 of the Don also give you a 2k bump on your leader. So make no mistake, great skill. We got other cards that work with it. You don't have to play this, but I'm hoping you can all see that this could work in that deck, and that's kind of my point here. It's not about whether it is a perfect card in the deck now. It is about the fact that it could be a good card in the deck, and that's kind of my point. And then if we quickly run through the other cards, like I say, the promos are the real highlights here, just because they're cards which are a pain to get hold of, so having them available here is brilliant. It is nice that we've also got, you know, just a bunch of other cards here, which are quite nice. So we've got the OP04 Baby 5, which looks pretty cool. We've got the OP05 Emporio Ivankov. I want Revolutionaries to be good one day. The Raise Max from OP06, which can give a -3k to one of your opponent's characters as a 1 cost, which is nice. The Dr. Hogback from OP06. We've got ourselves the Atmos from OP08, which I've seen popping up here or there. The Uta from Starter Deck 4, and this artwork is lovely. We've got ourselves the Ain from Starter Deck 5, like getting some Starter Deck cards coming back here. The Makino from Starter Deck 13, which again, not the best card ever, but I've seen it popping up. they are basically cards that are very much worth having. Like I say, the 4 promos are the real headliners here, but make no mistake about it, there's cool stuff there as well. But I've told you about all the cool stuff, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.